Yeah, I think so. We're going to do something great with crypto because we don't want China or anybody else, and not just China, but others are embracing it, and we want to be the head. We're going to be ahead of AI. We're going to be way ahead of AI, and we've got to produce tremendous amounts of electricity. You know that it's unbelievable when you think that we need more than twice what we already have. If you think that's pretty for a specific industry.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box, provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Cryptoteacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, as I'm doing this video, we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back. But we do have some altcoins that got a pump. XDC, HBAR, XRP, and Litecoin. And remember, guys, when it comes to XRP always pumps in the first quarter. If you've been with me from the beginning, I've been over it several times. The only thing you have to do is look at the volume and see how abnormal it is. Now, we have Binance Bitcoin open interest jump after CPI numbers. And remember, guys, we run off the narrative, because what are we seeing today? We see yield rates volatile and the dollar volatile. Stock market pulls back right along with cryptos. And guys, don't forget we have options tomorrow on crypto and stocks. Don't forget, this is the 3rd Friday for the actual stock market. If you have the calendar, make sure you're pulling it up if you're part of my stock Patreon account. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. Again, we had yield rates move up and then pull back. And then we also have the dollar moved up and pulled back. We have yields pulling back, dollar pulling back right now. But they're going to slowly creep back up. And don't forget to pay attention to the BOJ. If they make a move, there will be a rumble in the economy. Then also, guys, we have volume and crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And then we have Justin Sun announced the launch of Tron's USDD 2.0 stablecoin with an annual yield of 20%. And of course, people are asking, where is this 20% coming from? And he says, don't ask questions. And that means you need to start asking questions. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And then we have the Fed. Repo at $119 billion. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And all the talk yesterday about CPI numbers and how the Fed will cut sooner. And now today, the narrative changes back. Yield rates are more volatile today. Now we're back to being data dependent. And the inflation that we do have is all corporate greed. Remember, it's only a handful of companies that own everything. They could easily lower their prices. But the Fed won't cut until the job market gets weak, and we know that's closer to the summertime. We already know all the layoffs because I've already sent them to you in the Patreon. And that's not even including the new ones that are going to happen for 2025. Now, if we go back to Trump's first term, don't forget, I need for you guys to remember because they expect for you to forget. But do not forget when Trump stated that he wanted to refinance this debt for 50 years. We had Steve Mnuchin, didn't do it. We had Janet Yellen under Biden, didn't do it. Now we're refinancing this debt in a higher interest economy, but then on top of it, everybody's trying to get off the dollar. It's different when you have the world reserve currency, but everybody's getting off the dollar. But remember, guys, this is a plan. It moves in phases. They want to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. These small and medium-sized banks and small and medium-sized businesses cannot afford to refinance in these high-rate environments, and that's going to cause mass consolidation and mass bankruptcies, allowing the robots, algorithms, and drones to take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep to go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs right now are down. And we have Bloomberg analyst Eric says Litecoin could be the next spot ETF. And Canary Capital amended their S1 for its Litecoin ETF application. And remember, Litecoin is one of the oldest coins and a fork of Bitcoin. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have eToro files for a U.S. IPO and is chasing a $5 billion valuation. Also, we have Coinbase launches Bitcoin-backed on-chain loans via DeFi protocol Morpho. And we know DeFi is definitely the new banking, and these exchanges are nothing but banks with less employees, but they're still getting the fees. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we have the SEC has just filed its first opening brief as part of its appeal against Ripple. And we see the movie continues. And of course, the first ruling is that the sales to retail investors want securities, but the sales to institutional investors were a security. And the SEC now is going after the sales to retail investors. And we saw Ripple Brad Garlinghouse inside of Trump's Mar-a-Lago. And the administration is about to change in the next few days. And Trump is known as the crypto president, the Bitcoin president. And we'll see whether they're able to stick to that narrative. Only thing you have to do is get your popcorn, sit back, and let it play out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher, and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the fourth industrial revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.